production company.
And we're here to talk to you about our fun and failures.
On our journey from being scared to doing it anyway.
Welcome.
Hello.
We've got our creaky chairs,
We
our
have.
mugs of tea. And it's nice to be back with you guys.
Yes. So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, we thought we could talk about what makes us and people in general, audiences, that's the word, part with their money for a ticket to see something. Because it's the constant, I've written notes, I might get my little notebook out. It's the constant worry of a performer.
Yeah.
And if you love going to see things, the worry of an audience member of what you're gonna, how you're gonna spend your money and invest your time.
Well, we have had quite a few events this year, and we've got quite a few coming up. So, and also from talking to different artists and venues recently, it is a very common thread, and we have touched on it before about people not buying their tickets in advance because no one wants to commit, or some people will buy them well in advance.
Yes, they're my favourite people, but I am not one of those people.
But it is difficult when you are putting on anything, to have the faith that people are going to turn up. If you're still looking at, 50-seater and you've only sold 2 tickets the week before.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually not been us, but
No. But what kind of ticket buyer are you?
It really depends
On.
Well, I'm not somebody who would book themselves up for the year. There are some people that book like monthly or whatever, they have their set shows in. If there's something that I really, really don't want to miss out on and I have the finances, then I will just book it.
Yeah, or the room on the credit card. What was the last thing you did that for?
I think it was probably Swan Lake, Matthew Bourne's Swan Lake.
Oh, I was jealous when you went to that.
Yeah, I booked that in November.
And for what date?
For March.
Yeah.
Actually, I went to see Faulty Towers last week at the Pavilion, and I booked that back when I saw it advertised but then I was taking my dad, so I had a purpose, I had a set date.
Yes.
There was a reason.
Yeah.
It wasn't just me going, oh, I'm going to go and see that.
No.
What about you?
Well, the one that stands out to me, but it was literally ages ago, was when they announced they were going to do Dreamgirls, the musical, back at the West End. And I think I booked that a year and a half before it came out. I was so excited. That went on a credit card. But I was so excited. It was such an occasion.
Yeah.
But I must confess, I have relied on other people sourcing my tickets for me for a while. And that was nice. I had friends who reviewed things. That was really great. And they would book it. They had their dates booked in well in advance when they were going for press nights and things. So maybe we should get on our press night people. If they're that, I'm just thinking about how organised they were. Maybe they're thinking about March already, and we want some press at our Glitter, Guilt and Good Intentions, don't we?
We do, yes.
But so I like being both. I like being really organised, and I like being really spontaneous. But the spontaneous...
And you like a free ticket.
What, you say that like no one would?
No, but it doesn't matter what you see as well.
I will go and see anything.
Yeah.
If I don't have to risk the financial... It's the risk, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that's why like tributes and stories about really well-known things do so well. Theatre ticket sales. I was not reading a book or listening to a podcast about this, but I was doom scrolling. And I can't even tell you the name of the podcast, but it was, they normally talk about news. But anyway, they were talking about, I don't know why it keeps coming up for me because it's about news. But they were talking about musicals in Broadway, and they were saying something like, since COVID, now, you might want to go fact check this, something like 43 musicals come on, 43 new musicals have come onto Broadway. And only again, I'm summarising, something like 4 of them have made any money, and are all running at a loss. And eventually, you know, they will make a profit, but they haven't yet. Even like, I think they even said Death Becomes Her, you know, because musicals have these massive casts, but they said more than ever people are buying tickets to this like Wicked, Hamilton. They just put the most expensive ticket in Hamilton up to something like $1,500. But why? Because like you can watch it on Disney Channel, you can watch it on tour, you could probably get a ticket to the UK and a ticket in London to watch it for less than that. But the familiar things are what's selling, and I think it's because no one has like spare money, and it's a risk to go and see something where you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But that's half of the fun of going to see something where you don't know what you're going to get. I love going to see something where I don't know what's going to happen. Like when we went to see Operation Mincemeat.
Yeah.
No, well, rough idea, but not really.
Well, I'm being surprised as well, but being surprised by it, oh, you might not like it, I guess. That is another, but to be prepared.
We've talked about which ones I haven't liked.
To take on whatever the experience gives you. But yeah. No, some of the prices though are ridiculous. From working within a box office a long time ago, and I mean then the West End tickets were like £60-70 and that was top price.
In my mind, that's how much West End tickets are, but I know that's not true
anymore. It's not. And how can you justify that with a family? I mean, I know there are some people that can, and anyway, it's trying to stay affordable.
But it's cheaper to go Kids Week.
Right.
Do you ever take your kids? No. You should take your kids to kids. They don't even check if it's a kid. I mean, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but they don't, because you get a half price kids ticket for a full price adults ticket.
Right.
So basically, you can then split that, and a kid counts as like under 16. So actually, that is a really good deal, because and it's on a lot of the seats as well. You don't just have to sit right at the top. I've done that a few times with children, but they don't check. But yeah. And that actually is a very good initiative. If you've never checked that out, check that out. And but under 30-year-olds get cheap tickets to opera.
Okay.
But I love opera. I would go see opera, but do you think I could pass? Do you think you have to take ID?
I don't
Well,
know.
not now. I've put it on the internet probably. But yeah. So yeah, I like that there are initiatives to get people tickets.
Yes.
But they're not. Those people aren't me. I'm not a child or under 30 or an OAP.
No. Right in the
We're
middle.
in no man's land.
Yeah.
But they should. We've said before, they should invest in, women of a certain age. They're craving creativity.
Well, it's time as well, isn't it, when you're booking tickets? Can you commit to actually that time, especially if you've got children and you're not going to take them with you? Then you have to commit to somebody else looking after them for you.
And pay for it.
And pay for it.
Probably.
And all of it. So I guess maybe as you get older, or, it's easier to commit to booking stuff.
But there is a bit more freedom, isn't there, to commit? And my parents went to see loads of things after we left home. They started going on holiday. Hi, Dad. They started going on holiday. They started going to see things, and I was like, oh, but it's because they only had to take themselves, I suppose. I can't. I'm so near. All I need to do is earn a bit more money, and then I might have.
Then you can do what you want.
Yeah. The world is my oyster. Maybe I should just see if anybody wants to review things. Yeah, the dog. Do they do pet-friendly performances of things? Maybe that's a niche. Let's write that down. Pet-friendly performance of glitter guilt with good intentions. Bring your dog.
I think only if it's a working dog, really. Otherwise, they get in the way. I wouldn't want to take my dog to the theatre. It would be a nightmare.
But what if it meant you got a half-price ticket? They did pet-friendly Kew Gardens this year. They did a pet garden.
Yeah, but it's a garden. They get to walk around.
I'm just saying, maybe theatres are missing out on a whole niche, because women and families actually have a Labradoodle don't they? Everyone's got a Labradoodle and they love it. They've all got separation anxiety from because they all got dogs in COVID, and now you can't leave your dog. So they bring the dog to the theatre. Get a half price. You could go to the one in what's the park? Where I went to see Shucked. Yeah. So you could go to Regent's Park, take your dog.
Yes. Well, that's a bit different because again they're open air. Open air, I could get on board with. Yeah. The thing is, some people are not responsible pet owners, and they would let them go, and then it would be on the stage with you. And
well, we've experienced a dog weeing on our sound system before. We could never quite work out if that was to shut us up or not.
Yeah.
In fact, dogs do gravitate towards us when we're performing. They do quite like us generally,
don't they?
Does that say something about our singing, or is it
that gig we had in the summer, in the spring? We had a lot of dogs around, and we were always a bit worried about what they're going to do.
Yeah, because of the weeing dog that one time, Hugo.
They left us a present.
The dog was called Hugo.
Right in the middle of our performance space.
Yes, but maybe if we relax the dog like that.
That's it. And we had donkeys spraying.
Dogs and donkeys.
That's the life.
That is the life.
Heels in a field with a chorus of donkeys and dogs.
People invest in their pets. I think pet culture is the next big thing, and maybe we should grab.
Is it all pets though? Is it just dogs? I'm going to get someone with a hamster.
Well, this comes back to the Bell Street tortoise, doesn't it? It was on our mini little podcast we do on Alfred Radio. We had a long conversation about pets, and we did conclude that we needed a Bell Street tortoise.
Yeah.
I've been Googling it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you can pass it around. It's intergenerational.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not about tickets.
We digress.
We have massively digressed.
We had a point. It's all about, well, tickets.
Well, just
and
like
events.
Yeah. What from an audience perspective, but also from an event organizer perspective, how can you engage better with audiences to help them agree to commit their money and their time and their diary space to your event? It's something we're constantly working on, because now we're all graphic designers, social media presenters, all of the things you now have to do to put in. Do you remember when you used to like draw a poster and then photocopy it and give it out? Those were the days, but now you have to be able to make a really exciting reel about it, make sure you're posting on your stories all the time,
and it has to be the right size.
It's all got to be the right size, and then you've got to think of hashtags, and then you want to ask AI to help you, but then you don't want it to sound like AI helped you, because you can tell. You can see the publicity posters where someone's gone, make me a poster for this and blah blah blah. There's a language that AI speaks, and it's very obvious. And it wasn't so obvious, but as more and more people become more confident in using it, it's becoming quite obvious. That actually puts me off events. Like an AI generated poster. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me being difficult, but it makes me go, no, I don't want to go. But this poor pub owner who's trying to just do like a line dancing night with a band. Make me a poster. Joni's like, no, I'm not attending. But it's because we have to find this whole new way of promoting. You don't even go down the normal channels anymore, whatever they were, of promoting an event.
No, and when you're in competition as well, you've got to think about what's going to catch people's attention, and
what makes you different, and why people should part with their money. Because there is a lot of competition. We've often found that we think, right, let's put this event on this day where nothing else is happening. So obviously that will mean people are free to come. So that'll be one of the obstacles that people put in the way of coming to this event removed, because nothing else will be happening.
Yeah.
And then you put it out there, and suddenly it's like the universe has whispered in every single person's ear,
do an event.
Yeah, the 7th of November. Put an event on. And so you put it out quite confidently, and you go, well, it's not in the way of Halloween, and it's not. We haven't got an event on the 7th of November, by the way, so you could book us for a gig if you're listening. But suddenly everyone's doing really cool things on the same night, and you're like, I thought we were being really unique. So we've stopped worrying about that so much now, because there's always going to be something else on, and the right people will find you.
Yes. Yes.
or not, or you can cancel your event.
Well, when do you cancel an event? Like what is your, I mean, obviously venues all have different rules with stuff, but no one actually wants to cancel an event, do they? But there is a point where you get that sort of dread and you think, actually, I'd just rather cancel it than do it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do it to 5 people.
Have we, I think we've cancelled like 2 things. We're quite stubborn in our events and we will push through, and quite often if you can hold your nerve to the very end, people come.
We've cancelled, but we've cancelled well in advance.
Yes, I don't think we've cancelled a last minute.
But those things where actually, at what point is your cut off? You know, like the day before,
and
the
I think
morning of.
that one's on venues often, isn't it? The venues have to make the call, or the artist. So if the artist is touring the venue, you know, and you don't know the buying habits of the town. So we know that where we live, Shaftesbury, no one buys a ticket till the day before, if you're lucky. So you just know you have to hold your nerve till the last couple of days. But if you don't know that, and you're coming from the Midlands or even the North to do your event, well, the sensible thing would be to cancel.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Have you ever travelled somewhere and it be cancelled?
Not on purpose. Like, not without it being like a weather thing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I haven't. But yeah. I don't know. But maybe one of the key things is, and that's what we're working on doing, and it's not just to sell tickets, but one of the ways that you help audience feel invested, and definitely one of the ways I look at buying tickets, is the community that's around what's being sold, the event. So even just like if you've seen something before and you follow them online, the people who invest in their online presence, you feel like you know them, you feel like you know who their audience are, and you don't want to miss out on what they're doing. They're definitely the sorts of people that I like to buy tickets. Well, I do like to just get tickets, but that does help. So maybe creating a community is really important. When venues have a good mailing list and a good community that support the events they do, then that must help with people engaging with tickets. Yeah. Because I guess you've got trust.
That's,
Sorry.
I was going to just say the audience trust that the venue are going to get in things that suit them as well, or they don't mind risking it a little bit.
Yeah.
Do
you think that one of the reasons maybe that people buy tickets so late now, and it might be subconscious, but the trust between venue and audience member was kind of broken in COVID, because thinking back, there were so many things I chose to risk investing my money and my time into, and actually sometimes as a band we had things cancelled by other people because of COVID. So you learned that really if you were going to buy a ticket, it meant you might go, or the government might decide to shut everything down, or the venue might decide, or someone in the cast might have COVID and the whole thing gets cancelled. That happens so many times. I wonder if like the kind of collective trust between audiences and venues is just a bit screwed up at the minute.
Yeah, and the experience, you know, some people, the experience of going into a building where you are all there breathing the same air. We went to see something, didn't we? And we were all in masks. I can't remember. We went to Bath.
Yes. We went to see it today, 2 or 3 years ago, but it was this time of year. Oh no, maybe that wasn't it. I'm sure it just came up on my Facebook memories.
Okay.
We went to see Fascinating Aida.
Yes.
Which wasn't masks.
No.
And we went to see that play in Bath.
Yes.
That was masks.
Yeah, so that must have been about 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
I went to see quite a lot in masks because you could get cheap tickets and there was always seats. and actually venues did eventually get really good at refunding people, didn't they? So, and if you said you had COVID, they would refund you.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Well, talking about, you know, we had a whole tour booked just before, like many other people did. We had a tour of, well, I say a whole tour. We had about 4 shows, didn't we?
I think that counts as a tour.
And then with the thought of going further with our first show that
parody musical. No, it wasn't parody musical, was it? It was a jukebox covers musical. It was brilliant.
It was great.
Well, yeah, it was when there was 3 of us.
Yeah.
Secret Diary of
A part-time diva.
Yeah, I still really relate to that show.
Mm.
I'd like to watch it again
Yes.
and like be like, oh, don't feel like that anymore. But you know what I'd add in? Anyway, yes, we were touring that, and we would just watch the dates get cancelled, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then eventually just then no one was allowed to leave their house.
Yeah. I think there's a copy of that somewhere.
Of the show.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
We could have a watching party.
But yes, so that trust, which, yeah, that's something that I think people don't really think about.
Yeah.
That trust element with venues.
And you, as an artist and as an audience member, you want to go back to the venues that are reliable. So, and I guess the venues want to book artists who aren't going to cancel. But we know there are certain venues that just treat us really, really well, and you know they're probably not going to cancel. But if you know there's a venue that consistently will last minute cancel or back out of something, same with I suppose an artist. You don't take the risk, do you?
No. No. But also we were talking about
You're trying to read my handwriting.
I'm trying to read your handwriting. No.
Accessibility.
Yes. Accessibility.
Well, what was your point?
I was going to say financial accessibility,
yes,
which we touched on earlier.
But that's always going to be a thing, isn't it? Because especially in location, adding on being in the country.
Yes, and locational accessibility. Like we were saying, if you're in a city or somewhere that has got maybe a lot more option of theatres as well, you can quite often rock up to go and see something if they've got the space and see it for very cheap, because they have the room to be able to allow that. And you can just walk down the road, or you can drive there in 10 minutes, whereas here
it's an excursion. Like you've got to pack a backpack. Anything you have to take a bag to is just irritating to me.
You hate a bag.
I hate a bag. I just went on holiday and I was the donkey the whole time.
Were you?
I was. I'm not happy about it, but yeah, I had a nice holiday. But yeah, no, it's an excursion, isn't it? In Liverpool, when I lived in Liverpool, even just as like a young teenager who didn't have much money or a lot of inclination to culture, you just pop into a gallery, or you'd see that something was on and you would just get the cheap ticket at the back and you just pop there.
Yeah.
It was nice. But short of moving, I don't know what we can do about that. We were talking Jason Ward, who we should just, I don't know, maybe you should just do this podcast with us. We mention him every week.
Yeah.
We were talking to him about a project that we have recently launched. I don't know why I'm being secretive. It's called the Confidence Project, and we'd made a poster for it, and it was done quite quickly, but he started talking to us about the readability, the accessibility of even just the graphics on the poster, and is it going to be hard for people with dyslexia to read, people whose English isn't their first language, all of those different things. Is it too muddly, too confusing?
Confusing.
And that's something genuinely I had never thought about, making things accessible to audience members, like just the information. It's not something that we try and make our posters look good, and I definitely, when I hate a poster where there's so many things on it, but it's hard with a poster because you've got to get a lot of information on. But his key thing is to make things as simple and as clear as possible, and we have tried to do that, but we haven't really considered running. And he said you can run things through. There's a checker.
I've written it down somewhere.
Yeah, we should do that. There's a check, so you can check how readable your poster is, basically
for men, for women, if you had a certain demographic that you were trying to get across to, which we sort of are. Yes, Yeah, we should look at that.
Yeah, but this is what I mean about like you can't just put on events anymore. You've got to know everything else as well.
And a poster, and what irritates me about a poster is when there's key information that I can't find, like how to book a ticket. Now I know it's easier because you can scan things, but not everyone can still scan things. So I want to know where it's on, what time.
Yeah, that is quite basic. Are you implying that I have not put that on one of the posters?
No, not at all.
I did see a poster the other day, and I thought it doesn't. Oh, what was it? And I was like, it doesn't. It either didn't have the time, or where it was. It was something quite basic.
It's already too hard for my brain then to bother because I want to know now. I think I could be quite impulsive and be like, oh, I'm going to do that. Or yeah, here we go. So if there's one key bit missing, it's like, no, too hard, too difficult.
Do you think it's good for audiences to know a lot about what's going to happen or to know nothing? Like do you remember No Frills? Who did that? Was it Tesco did No Frills? Or was it like Netto or something? No Frills packaging, it would just say black and white crisps. Not black and white crisps.
I think it was Tesco.
It would say in black and white.
Tesco own...
Tesco. Well, they did Tesco Valley, but someone did No Frills.
Right.
We'll look it up. Or perhaps you can tell us. But anyway, like a No Frills style poster of an event, is that intriguing? I don't think it is anymore, actually. I think people do want to know. But sometimes I like to go to a musical, for example, and know nothing about it.
Well, we did put out a poster that was the back of a man's head with us pulling actually the podcast faces and called it Hugh the Musical, and no one had an idea.
Well, we managed to sell tickets, but yeah, no one knew. We did learn a lot through the promotion of that musical on how to try and get people to sell tickets. You recently met Hugh
Bonneville.
Good. And I was, we missed a trick there.
We did.
We could have reshot the Hugh poster with him, then retoured Hugh the Musical, and just never mentioned Hugh Bonneville.
No, and people would have come because they would have thought he was involved.
Yeah. But do you know what we learned about him? Guess what he loves that Bell Street loved too? I don't know if he loves it.
He needed them.
Well,
Post-its. I went and bought him some post-its.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even like famous, successful people love a post-it.
Well, actually, when we...
Where did he put them?
On the books. He was signing. So the names were written so he knew what to do.
I thought it was so you could remember what to say about things.
No. He seemed to remember his life story.
Well, lucky him.
On the stage.
Yeah.
But do you remember Tiggy Walker had told us to contact Hugh Bonneville? Do you remember she said?
Oh, she said contact all the famous
Hughs. Yeah.
In the area, because there's loads apparently.
That was when she was doing an article.
Yeah.
On us and Hugh.
And we didn't.
We didn't. No.
We're not ballsy enough.
We missed the trick. Hey. But
well, when we retour Hugh, because we decided to revamp him, then we could approach them.
Yeah.
Because Awkward Productions, I don't think they've quite got to approaching Gwyneth yet, have they?
Well, she has just said she doesn't. She
tries to stay away from
She
that.
tries. Yeah.
They're on Broadway at the minute. It's nuts. Well done, Awkward. I mean, they deserve it. But yeah. They are. Their promotion is excellent. Their poster is intriguing. You don't really know what's going to happen, but it is. You think it's going to be funny. I can't remember what made. Oh, Jason told us to go. So I wonder if we'd have bought. I'd have looked at that poster and thought that's funny, but I wonder if I'd have bought the ticket because we had to take a backpack to Bristol.
We did, and a car full of people.
Yeah, we did take a car full.
Yes.
By the way, if you'd like to take a car full of people to Camden, we do have a confirmed date and ticket link for Glitter, Guilt and Good Intentions.
A self-help comedy cabaret.
In Camden, which we're very excited about, in a pub theatre, a bit like the Alma, which we are also confirmed for in Bristol. The Alma Theatre, which is theatre above a pub. I love the idea of a theatre above a pub. Do you think Shaftesbury could have a theatre above a pub? Well, the Grosvenor sometimes do shows above the pub.
Well, we have a show booked in there as well.
We do, yes.
Yeah,
Let's segue this in nicely.
I always love a pub theatre. The
Yeah.
studio space, that
Yeah,
creativity. There's some brilliant ones in London.
yeah.
I've been to.
But the best one is the one we're going to.
That's in February.
That's in February, yes. Please
So-
do bring a minibus like we did for Awkward
Yeah.
Productions. Well, we didn't take a minibus, but we took a people carrier, pretty much. So we were rammed into that car.
We were.
And the tickets are very reasonable, and you know, it would mean a lot to us if you came. Because it's a brilliant show, and B, it would be great to say that we sold tickets in London to other venues so they can book us.
Yes.
And we can spread the message of glitter, guilt and good intentions to the world.
So book your tickets now, as we've been saying. You know, people who don't book
Yes.
in advance. The Camden, the etc. theatre. Well, I'm just now talking words. Words are just coming out my mouth.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's all right.
but the ticket link is up, so you can book now.
And if you're nearer the West Country, we will have the ticket link very soon for the Bristol Alma Tavern, which is it's just a great experience to go there anyway. We really liked it as a theatre, and support us there as well, because we need you to, so that we can sell more tickets. And if you listen to this and you work for a national newspaper and would like to review it, just let us know. Because we'd love a review as well. We had a lovely review for the Rat Pack Gals, didn't we?
We did.
That was nice, from a local newspaper and international journalist. But we were very grateful for that, because then that is something that I don't know if it sells it to audiences, but definitely sells it to venues. They like to have a good review, and again, endorse it. Getting a good review is so hard.
You have to drag people up from Poole or Bournemouth.
Yeah, and they don't want to come.
They want to come out this far.
But we are grateful to Valley News. Jason Ward did come. He did come and review us, but that's before he lived in Ireland. Would you like to come to London, Jason?
How many times can we mention his name?
I don't know.
Do you think?
Jason the musical. We could write it. His life story and advice. What's the big idea? It's the tagline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
Because there'd be some brilliant. He's a dancer, so there'd be some brilliant dance numbers in it.
Yeah.
And he's got very like wicked wit. So you could like I don't mean wicked like wicked. I mean like very
also,
dry.
Probably.
Yeah. And so it would be funny.
Yeah. Would he star in it? Are we now writing a show for him?
Well, we could play him. No, I think he might have to be in it. Anyway, we should probably check with him if he wants us to write a musical about him.
You know, he'll say yes. He's writing one for us, isn't he?
Oh, yes.
He's writing us a set for next year.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Based on the Sweeney.
Yes.
Who knew? Anyway,
We have
off
digressed.
we go. Yes, putting on events, buying tickets for events.
Being responsible venues, being responsible artists, and being responsible audience members.
Because also, people like to go to things. We like to go to things. But again, we were saying earlier, someone's always got to put it on, haven't they?
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're the people that have to just keep putting it on, you just want to go to something and be invited or buy a ticket and turn up and have a nice time.
Yeah.
Rather than have to do all the legwork before, because that's also brilliant as creatives. That's our job. But
Well, we do like it, but there are times where we would, because we were talking about filling up. We were talking to a lot of our guests about filling up, inspiration-wise, and when you're putting out, stop saying putting out. When you're putting out all the time, it's exhausting. When you're giving out creatively all the time and not inputting. It is exhausting. So we need to find some. I think we're at a point where we need to have a little bit of input.
we do.
I'm just gonna pick up my pen.
Okay.
Oh, how am I so creaky? Got it. Yes, we need to find a bit of input
Yeah.
soonish, because we've done a lot of thinking and a lot of putting out this year. Well, I have. And so we are at the point really where we need to refill and get more ideas.
Yeah, but then again, that is still an investment in probably financially. There
Definitely.
are some free things which are great, but more to the point, time.
Yeah.
Finding the time, and we've done little bits of that.
Yeah.
With a couple of things, but
whilst you're trying to learn new songs, trying to write stuff, trying to do a podcast, trying to design your stuff, trying to make sure you reply to everyone's emails and your dates are all up to date. All of those things like take a good chunk of our time that we have together, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh, right, let's sing, and then we get carried away with singing. But like extra time to then go, right, and also let's put in another day where we can go on a course or go watch a thing. But I think we have to prioritize that.
Yeah.
We have to fill up our cup again.
Yes. So if there's anything that we can come and join you at to fill our cup, and have something
preferably
new.
in a hot country or with a free dinner.
Sounds good. A free dinner.
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going on a course actually on Saturday.
You are. I'm so excited for you to go.
Yeah.
Because when you come back from those courses, you do seem like. Sorry, that's my stomach. I hope that didn't pick up. You do seem lighter and inspired and lifted. And we all need that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you've.
Well, it did seem also one of those days that seemed impossible for everyone to be looked after or other stuff. And actually, I did go, no, I'm going.
Yeah, you set your.
Everyone's sorted because actually, it's with Dorit Noble, who we interviewed last season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the summer.
And she has always said, if you're meant to do it, then you'll find a way.
Mm-hmm.
Which we're like, but she's generally right.
Yeah. And is that's not just learning, is it? That's about the people as well, isn't it?
It's about the people, yeah.
Yeah.
It
and
is.
your magic belts.
And my magic belts, yes.
They get magic belts. No, sacred belts.
Yes.
Can we call them magic?
I might take mine up and wear it and then take a picture.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see everyone's belts. They're better than taekwondo belts because they're swarthy.
Yeah.
They're
really long.
Ethereal.
Yeah.
You said some people could make a dress out of them.
Well, if you had enough, because they wrap
How many
round
have you
a few
got?
times. I've got 2. Yeah.
Maybe you need one more. One more just to make the dress, and then you can do it. And then you can come back and we can do our Victoria Wood exercise sketch.
Yes, okay.
Okay, that's what, yeah. That's how I filled up the other day. I just watched a ton of Victoria Wood sketches and was like, just want to be funny again.
Yeah.
She was genius. Her and Celia?
Yeah.
Is that her name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hilarious. And Julie Walters.
Mm-hmm.
Just the writing and it's just clever and it's so simple. Anyway, but yes.
Yeah.
So maybe I just need to fill up on some free YouTube things creatively until we get our offer from our lovely audiences.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Can't wait. Can't wait to do a workshop with a free dinner with you.
Thanks.
Or just dinner. We don't mind.
But whatever you're doing, buy your ticket
Mm-hmm.
and just do it.